Hey everybody, this is episode 1 of the Pro Wrestling Fans Podcast.
Numero uno.
I'm Phil.
Phil, I can't grow facial hair, Durbin, along with asshole awesome Adam Whaley. What's up?
And this is episode 001, so we're just going to do a brief intro and
Wing it.
Yeah. Let's see. I've been a wrestling fan for over 30 years. Seen every WrestleMania.
Yep.
Lots of Starcades. I can't say I enjoyed a lot of them.
There's some classic Starcades out there.
Some good Starcades. I did not see the Kennel from Hell match. I'm glad I missed that.
That's neither here nor there. That's just not.
We can talk about that later.
If you want that. You want fans to listen to the show, not to go away from it.
Exactly.
Anytime Al Snow fights Big Boss Man, it's not pay-per-view worthy whatsoever. So, yeah, just trying to forget the year of '99 as a whole.
It wasn't a bad year. It was just that one.
They made a rivalry out of it with a dog that he ate.
But you got to hear Michael Cole yell "dog poop," and it was.
Thanks for that. They put the Hell in a Cell over a cage match with two. Not even mid-carders, like Job Squad members. Yes, I remember Job Squad. Hashtag old school. Yes,
We're going there already.
Yeah, of course. No, dude. Just let them have a pay-per-view match over a dog.
Was that even the main event?
No.
Okay.
No. In '99, Austin was definitely main event, but...
Okay, I don't feel so bad that it wasn't the main event now.
It shouldn't have been pay-per-view at all. It should have been like a heat match. Yes, I remember Heat as well. Or Velocity.
Main event on Sunday Night Heat, a Kennel from Hell match.
This is why they've never done it again. Terrible. Anyway, like we said, we want you guys to listen, not go away, so hopefully you don't think we're boring already.
No, it's just episode 001.
Right.
So we have no idea what we're doing.
We're like we said, winging it. And
the word is winging it.
Yeah, we wanted to... You want to get on your little Ultimate Warrior rant there, so I guess we can start with that.
I thought we'd save that for a little bit later, but...
Oh, well, you can cover...
You had some random topics.
Well, you can cover whatever topic you want. We can shout out to anybody who's on the page who wants to classify themselves as a fan, I guess. Like the Oster. Shout out to Kenny out there, big man, Kenny Oz. Brandon, a.k.a. Shane McMahon. What's going on? I don't know. Who else?
You just did a hand sign out to him.
I know he can't
audio.
see. I know he can't see. Edit that later. Maybe you can put some audio visual to it. I don't know. Whatever. Like I said, winging it, hashtag awesome.
Did you go off your phone?
I do have my phone. You can talk also.
I was letting you speak.
I talk too much as it is.
Okay.
Yeah.
See if you can hear before.
Pick a random topic. It doesn't matter.
Let's see. We got Ultimate Warrior, John Cena, CM Punk. We could do a show on each one of those.
Right.
ECW.
Of course.
And of course, get your PWF shirt. Get your
hashtag pro wrestling fan t-shirts.
Yes.
Available now online
on Teespring.
There you go.
It's keep calm and be a pro wrestling fan. I'm winging it, and I'm nervous.
Yeah. We're just gonna call this episode "Winging It."
Yes, episode "Winging It."
There we go.
We sound like idiots already.
But that's
I'm okay with that. It's episode 1.
That's the fun part of.
There's my daughter sneaking in.
Hello.
Ava, shut the door.
And she left the door open. That's awesome.
Fantastic.
But, yeah. So, we can make a show out of any topic, possibly.
Right. Just think about the shirts. They do help support the show. They'll help us get better equipment.
We've only sold one.
Yeah, we've sold one. We need to sell 20 so they'll at least print.
Right.
And they don't bill you until they print them. So, up until then, nothing will get charged. I just hope we're able to print them because They're something I would actually wear around, and I like them.
I would too.
I wouldn't have designed it if I didn't like it.
Right, yeah.
I wouldn't try to sell you something that I didn't like. So I think we've pimped that enough.
Did you say pimp?
Maybe.
You did. I think you did. You're so white.
Thank you.
Yeah. So, let me see.
I didn't watch Raw this week. Did you watch Raw this week?
Of course I watch Raw. I watch Raw every week.
Okay, let's hear what you thought about Raw this week.
Main event was, I mean, if you want to call it the main event, a little meeting between Orton and Rollins with their, I picked your stipulation crap. Orton makes it a cage match, title match at Extreme Rules. Rollins says Orton isn't allowed to use the RKO.
What the shit is that?
That's like some video game shit I've never heard of. I mean, literally, I can't remember the last time that was actually in a match where you can't use your finisher. Not off the top of my head, anyway. I'm pretty sure one of you guys will hear this and think of like, hey, that time when such and such did, whatever.
That's some NWA stuff.
It is. Can't throw you over the top rope, disqualification thing. But, yes, old school. There you go. Wrestling fans that actually know what we're talking about. Everything isn't John Cena's the bestest or, no, none of that here. Cena's crap. Unless you're like an 18-year-old girl, Frozen and John Cena. But
an 8-year-old girl.
Hey, you know what? It's for the PG kids. I'm not PG. I remember, I'm a shout out to Attitude Era. That's just me. And again, with the Attitude Era, Attitude wasn't really, it wasn't all just Stone Cold, Rock, DX, blah, 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 because you got to throw WCW in there also. Because if you didn't have Nitro, there was been no competition. You wouldn't have switched channels to see what Austin or Foley was doing. You also had to see what Nash and Hall and, Hogan was doing. And I would call it the golden age of myself, because who wasn't sitting there flipping back and forth between channels? Every, TNT and USA or whatever the network was back then.
Well, really, you called, the Attitude Era because of WCW, but you can't call it, the Attitude Era wouldn't have been around without ECW.
Of course.
Let's get that.
Well, that's true, too. Paul Heyman made that perfectly clear to Vince. One of his best promos ever.
Yeah. They saw what ECW was doing and copied it.
Right.
And probably went above and beyond.
Right.
Doing what ECW was doing.
You wouldn't have Austin without Sandman.
Right.
I agree to that, because even then you had all three channels you could have watched wrestling, and just the Monday Night War was huge, because you're like, oh, what's going to happen this week? Who's going to jump ship this week? Oh, that's Jericho. What's he doing on Raw talking shit to The Rock? Are you supposed to be on Nitro fighting Hoovy? And it was like, you never knew what was going on, and that's what I loved about the whole Attitude Era back then, between 98 and 2001, before Vince fought everything, is you never knew what to expect. It was always, a surprise, no matter what you watched. And instead of today's age where you got all these dirt sheets and internet spoilers, back then you didn't know anything until they showed up on TV, and you're like, holy crap, that's Jericho, or, whoever. What was it, the night after WrestleMania 14 when X-Pac showed up? I'm like, what the hell is Six doing with Triple H? And then I'm like, oh, shit, okay. And, the whole Mustard Hogan, promo he cut, that was epic. But, yeah, I'm going to let you talk now, because, this is yours, too. So.
Okay. I was just letting you get your points out.
Yeah, I'm ranting just off and on.
Well, the people jumping ship things really broke loose with the first episode of Nitro with Lex Luger.
Yeah.
That was the biggest surprise. He was on a WWE pay-per-view the night before.
Right.
Sorry, WWF pay-per-view the night before.
Quote the pandas now. Protect the pandas.
Protect the pandas. And then the next night he's on the first episode of Nitro.
Mm-hmm.
That is a coup right there.
Mm-hmm.
To bring in somebody as big of a name as Lex Luger. That's just a nephew to Vince.
True.
Is what it was.
True. The same thing with Hall and Nash. They jumped, just for the simple fact that Vince couldn't match the money Turner was giving them, or.
Oh, there was no way Vince was going to match whatever Bischoff was going to offer. He had Turner's checkbook,
right?
Just writing checks,
right, left and right. Hall and Nash just stepped it up. Luger was awesome. Nobody expected him except for maybe Sting. I heard somewhere Bischoff didn't even want to sign him at first, and they gave him a low budget offer, and he still accepted. But then Hall and Nash jumping ship, and then the whole, we're outsiders. You know who I am, but you don't know why I'm here. Oh shit, that's Razor, that's Diesel. What are they doing? And then,
are they really invading?
Right, of course. It's like,
no, they weren't.
Are you or are you not with Vince McMahon? No, Chico. Like, hold on, you're still using the whole, the hand signs. You're using the accent. Like, what's
Chico.
going on?
Hey,
Obvious. Hey, yo. Like, really?
Something happened to this gold. Something gonna happen to you.
The whole Scarface with the Cadillacs, and I remember old Razor Ramon vignettes, and it was like, this guy will never be anything. Ends up being one of the greatest Hall of Famers, in my opinion, to never be champ. When he won World War III, I swore to God I thought he was going to be the next champ, and then we all know what happened there. So, yeah, never world champ. Should have been. I can go all day on that topic if you want, Mr. Perfect.
Oh, dude, Perfect should have been world.
AWA champ, he was.
Perfect should have been WWF champ a long time ago.
Easily. Back when his rivalry with Hogan, like the early 90s. Perfect timing, but they missed the opportunity. I don't know why. If you can give Andre the Giant the title for a night, you can give Perfect a month title reign. I don't know why. Just to not give that man a title shot and let him run with it. I mean, he did get shots, but he never won because Hogan was their golden boy. But
I think it was Hogan being champ was that really defined the era of wrestling. They weren't really interested in people that could wrestle. It wasn't, that the guys that were putting out couldn't wrestle.
Mm.
And when I say that, I mean like guys like Bret Hart, Mr. Perfect,
right?
Guys like those guys.
Yeah.
It was the more showman.
It was all for media attention.
Right. Yeah. Hogan, they could put the machine behind him, and they could run with it.
Right.
And they did.
Yeah.
They're doing it with John Cena right now.
Yeah.
We could talk about that for months.
Yeah. I'm sure some fans out there would love that, but yeah.
I'm disgusted.
Fruity Pebbles, right? No.
Fruity Pebbles.
Yeah.
But
yeah, definitely. Hulk Hogan's doing, while Hulk Hogan was doing the whole, prayers, vitamins, good guy, golden champion thing for Vince, you got NWA and WCW, you got Ric Flair, you got Dusty Rhodes. They're actually having 60-minute matches to the point where they're actually showing you what a wrestler is. And while everybody says Hulk Hogan was the greatest wrestler of all time, I cannot agree with that because, honest to God with you, I was not a Hogan fan until he joined NWO. I tend to lean more toward the heels than the heroes. And I didn't like Hogan for the longest time until at least 96, Bash at the Beach 96, when he jumped Randy Savage, rest in peace, and joined the NWO. I was a Nature Boy fan for the longest. Just promos alone, his promos against Dusty Rhodes, before the Horsemen. My shoes cost more than your house. Just, if you don't know that, YouTube it, Google it. I swear to God, it's hilarious. Love it.
I'm gonna have to YouTube that myself.
Yes. Oh my goodness, the Gators, baby.
I apologize. I have to YouTube that.
But yeah, man, Flair. I'm what a wrestler is supposed to look like. And then you got Hogan. He's the entertainer. like Phil said. I will bring you into the shows. I will have you watch my match, and you will cheer for me because I'm the good guy. Versus Ric Flair, I don't care if you like me. I'm going to show you what I can do for 50, 60 minutes against Ricky Dragon Steamboat, Dusty Rhodes, whoever the rival was at the time, and just go to town all night long. And regardless, you respected him and watched the match regardless.
Steamboat, another guy stuck in the mid-card in WWF.
WCW champion, though, also.
NWA.
Big gold champion. Big gold champ.
Big gold belt was awesome.
Yes.
That's still awesome.
Yes. Bring it back. Bring it back. Just give it to somebody that deserves it.
Yeah. And speaking about Hogan, you could see a lot of Hogan and what the Warrior was doing. And just watching, his
nice segue.
Yeah, see what I did there?
Uh-huh.
I like that.
Uh-huh.
See, I liked it. Watching that Ultimate Collection DVD, just everything the Warrior was just borrowing flat out from Hulk Hogan. The concept of my Warriors, his Hulk up moment.
Right.
Right. It's just flat out Hulk. Almost, I don't want to say ripoff.
They were trying to breed him
I'll
to
say-
be the next guy. Like,
Yeah, he's the next Hulk Hogan.
right. That's why he lost at WrestleMania 6. He was
Right.
trying to pass the torch. And a lot of people say that's Ultimate Warrior's best match. And just because Hogan dropped the torch, it doesn't mean I have a difference of opinion as far as his best match is. And
I'd go 7 on that thing. His match with Randy Savage.
Yes.
I'd say 7 was his best match.
Randy
WrestleMania
Savage. Randy Savage versus
Except,
Warrior.
except for the very end, the end of the match itself.
I mean, Warrior won that also. But the whole retirement match, you know, as a kid, I'm like, oh no, Savage is gone. I grew up loving Savage. All of WrestleMania 4, my pick was Savage through the whole tournament, even with Hogan and Andre in it. And then they lost by disqualification, and I was super happy. I'm like, ha! So, Savage DiBiase in the finals is like, you know, my boy's got to win.
Oh, DiBiase, another guy that was never got his proper shot at the world title.
Never. He bought it once.
And that's why they had the tournament.
I understand this.
Damn you, Jack Tunney.
Thank you, Jack Tunney. Where are you, Jack Tunney? John Laurinaitis needs advice.
Who? Let us not speak of Johnny Ace ever again.
Hashtag people power.
People power.
Yes. But yeah, Randy Savage, you know, the ending, the reuniting with Miss Elizabeth, classic moment. But, you know, a lot of people, Hogan's Warrior match was the greatest Warrior match of all time. You guys are forgetting the Ravishing Rick Rude rivalry. The Honky Tonk Man smash match for the IC title was like 15 seconds or something. I mean, it's not a rivalry, but it's like
I'd call it a defining match for him, but I wouldn't call that a good match at all.
it's not a
Yeah, it's not even a match.
It's
Just Honky Tonk, we're taking the belt off you.
right, but at the same time, he was one of the greatest Intercontinental Champions of all time. I think he still has.
HTM?
Yeah, I think he still holds the record for longest IC champ ever.
I think he does.
I'm pretty sure. Santino's pretty close.
We will get fact checked on that.
You know, hey, if you can look it up, more
Please
power
do.
to you. But I think he still holds the record. And like I said, I think Santino's second in line. Not really, but hey.
Santino.
Santino is the greatest Intercontinental Champion of
Cobra!
all the times. All the times.
All the times.
I kind of miss Santino. I miss the heel Santino.
He's still with them. He's still there.
It's not on. If it's not on camera, it's not the same.
Yeah.
It's not the same. They say it's the same, but it isn't the same.
You could bring him back for something. You know,
Yeah.
bring him back as a participant in Royal Rumble or something. You know.
They brought him back, and they had Larry the Cable Guy with him last time I saw him, and that was just not okay.
He's in Larry the Cable Guy's movie.
Yeah,
so.
the promotions. It's terrible.
They gotta promote their movies though, so
I get it.
I understand.
Foley did it. Why not? Foley promoted every book he ever wrote.
Foley is God.
Foley is God. That's one thing we can agree on. Foley is the man. Proud Foley fan right here. Cactus Jack, man.
Oh, we could talk Foley.
I could talk Cactus Jack. Kane Dewey, man. Oh my goodness.
Dewey.
Endless promos.
Dewey actually sells T-shirts that say that now.
That's
Kane Dewey.
That's just awesome. Like the fact that he can be okay with that.
Yeah.
And Noelle, of course.
How did that happen?
I see her picture
she's
everywhere.
Pretty. How?
That's why I said that's Foley's daughter. Like
that is Mick Foley's daughter.
Yeah, she runs
What the
promos
hell
for
happened
WWE Shop.com now.
She does?
Yes, she does.
Huh.
Yeah, she
I was
sells.
not aware of that.
She sells like Roman Reigns, and that's the only time his name's getting mentioned. T-shirts on Shop.com, and you know, I swear to God, they're gonna make a shirt that says "Make him strong" or something. But
Don't feed him to Cena.
No. Seth Rollins, applaud you for being champion. Dean Ambrose, applaud you for being with Renee Young. Roman,
With Renee.
don't even come down the steps. Just stay up there in the vending menu, wherever you're at, the vending area. Buy your popcorn and leave, because nobody wants to see you.
Roman needs to be a Paul Heyman guy. He needs that. He needs somebody to talk for him. That's the only thing. I don't want to hear him speak ever.
He needs a mic guy. He needs a Jim Cornette / Paul Heyman type manager.
They need Paul Heyman to reform the Dangerous Alliance. See?
Yeah.
Same page. Look at that. That's beautiful.
Yes. Dangerous Alliance was ahead of its time like no other.
Oh, it was awesome. They had Zbyszko, Arn Anderson,
Bobby Eaton.
Bobby Eaton,
Austin.
Austin, yes.
Rick Rude.
Rick Rude.
Medusa.
Medusa.
Yes. We know what we're talking about. Holy shit.
Or we're just super fanboys.
Yeah, that could be true too.
That's probably
But
true.
you're the ones listening, so hey.
Hopefully you're listening.
Hopefully you're still listening.
Yeah, hopefully you're still listening.
You know what? This shit's boring. No.
You know what? If you don't like it, turn.
No,
I didn't mean that. Don't turn it off.
No, don't turn it off. Just keep trying to hang out with us and see what we're up to. Cause
I'm probably trying too hard to be funny, but that's okay.
It'll get better with time.
I guess.
Let's talk NXT. NXT's good.
NXT. They've got tons. There's tons of talent. I think is on NXT that I think is ready to go up to the main card, the main roster. I mean, I think Tyler Breeze is ready.
Tyler Breeze. Let's say, I mean, is being called up though a good thing, because look at the Ascension. They shit all over the Ascension. And NXT, dominant, didn't say a word, no controversy whatsoever, got in the ring, just kicked ass, and were tag team champions for, 8-9 months, something like that, until they lost to the Lucha Dragons. Lucha. And I like Kalisto. I'm still not a Sin Cara fan, sorry. It's not the original Sin Cara.
Wasn't the Ascensions look different too at that time?
Did they?
Were they doing that? Whatever the hell it is,
that Illuminati
Egyptian thing. Illuminati.
They did have the whole
WWE's Illuminati.
Hey, they got the hand signs and the eye and the pyramid deal going on. I think the look was still the same, pretty much. But
you don't need that. Like
it's not a gimmick. It's just they what messed them up is when they started coming out. And whoever in the back, somebody thought it would be smart to, we're better than the World Warriors, we're better than Demolition, and all this other stuff, because they kept getting compared to them.
That is where you went wrong.
And that's what messed you up. If you'd have just came out, had your match, squashed the jobbers that were in the ring with you, and just left, and then start building them up to the point where they're beaten, start with the jobbers, then go to the mid-carders, then work your way up to tag team championship status. Win a tournament or a tag team battle royal, earn your spot, you'd have been fine. But John Laurinaitis or somebody in the back thought it'd be smart to say, hey, they're comparing you to Hawk and Animal and Axe and Smash. You go out there and say you're better.
It's an easy comparison, yeah. But don't come out there and disrespect legendary tag teams. Because automatically fans are going to be like, no, you're not.
Right.
Don't say you're better, because fans are going to be like, no,
right.
You're not. You haven't done
You haven't done nothing.
My daughter's standing right here, so
yeah.
I'm editing myself.
Yeah.
There she goes.
There she goes. See you later.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Love you.
Aw. But yeah, it's like, they didn't make fun of anybody with face paint. They never once called out Barbarian and Faces of Fear or anybody. They just, we're automatically better than Legion of Doom. And I was like, no. Who else? Big E from NXT. Better on the NXT roster. I mean, he had a good bodyguard, thing with Dolph and AJ. And then now he's New Day. It sucks.
When they split up, they didn't have anything for him after that.
IC champ.
And then this New Day, I don't even know what to call it.
If the New Day would have come out as a heel faction instead of face. And this, I mean, don't get me wrong, I have nothing against, the religious, the whole choir singing and, inspirational.
Yeah, it's got a religious, inspirational connotation to it. We don't need to see that.
Yes, it's Sunday, but I'm not going to church right now, and I don't want to.
This is WrestleMania Sunday.
Yes.
This is not.
I'm not going to church every day you're on my TV. This is Monday Night Raw and Thursday Night SmackDown. Not. This is, I don't.
Friday
care.
Night Impact. Sorry.
No. Hey, no.
Wait for it.
Wrong show. No. We can talk TNA if you
want.
want.
Wait until Vince buys it, then we'll talk about it.
We can talk TNA if you want to bring up Impact. I mean, I can.
Impact.
We can go there too.
Sorry.
I have some choice words for them also, but
I broke away. Let's go back to New Day.
Segue, we can come back to it.
Off topic.
But Big E deserves more than what he's getting. Bo Dallas, another great example. NXT champion, I think the longest reigning NXT champion until he lost to Neville, which I'll also get to Adrian Neville, a.k.a. Pac, if you don't know. The old school
I only know
stuff.
him as Neville, or Adrian Neville. Then I'm like, they dropped the Adrian.
They dropped to Adrian, just like they
You
dropped
gave him the name Adrian Neville, and now you're just making him go by Neville.
Cesaro. Same thing.
Yeah, Cesaro. This is stupid.
Antonio Cesaro. Big E Langston. They dropped to Langston.
Who are the guys the tag champs in NXT? Sorry, I can't think of their names right now. What are the names?
Blake and Murphy.
Blake and Murphy.
Yep.
Another example.
Mm-hmm. I like them. They just came out of nowhere and have been tag champs ever since.
I like them, dropping it in the case of a tag team only when introducing them as a tag team.
Right.
But keep their whole name.
Right. I have no idea what their first names are.
I forget what their first names are.
Unless that is their first name, I don't know their last name.
That's not their first names.
I don't get it.
But yeah.
Like, introducing Blake. Like, who?
Blake what?
Right.
Is that your first name?
Thanks, Howard
Are you
Finkel.
a DJ?
Right. DJ Blake. No, sorry.
Sorry, that was a Lego movie reference.
Yeah, I haven't seen it. No. Yes, I have kids, but no, I haven't seen it.
Even if you don't have kids, it's funny.
Still, no, I haven't seen it. So, yeah.
Just gives you a reason to watch it if you have kids. Yes.
You guys feel free to watch it if you haven't. I'm not.
Okay.
But, yeah. NXT. Kevin Owens is the fucking man.
Kevin Owens is a beast.
I'm
Even from Ring of Honor.
Yes.
I think they should have kept Steen. Let him use Steen. Let him use his name.
Not sure why they didn't. I
Right.
mean, it's not one of their creations.
I like
so
the
guess
KO thing.
Right. That makes
Of course, that's
perfect
just
sense.
a Cassius Ono reference, probably,
Right.
too.
Nice.
Hey, we have this design from a T-shirt left over from
We
Cassius
can
Ono.
use this.
We could still use
We
this.
can use this. I'm
Piece of
pretty
cake.
sure Chris Hero won't mind. Oh,
We don't even have to give him any royalties now. See, it's going to somebody else.
right, exactly. But dude, Ring of Honor. I mean, I can bring it up. I mean, this is a wrestling podcast. It's not pro WWE fans. It's pro wrestling.
Right.
So we can talk. We can bring up whatever you want. Ring of Honor, TNA, WWE, NXT, WCCW, XPW.
Let's
I don't care.
Let's talk about TNA for a second.
TNA.
And then we'll go back to what we're gonna talk about.
Okay.
The Warrior.
Oh, okay.
Okay. That was our
major.
That was our topic of focus.
We lost focus, obviously.
Yeah. All right. TNA to me. TNA bothers me.
Bothers you now.
Yeah. They've got a ton of talent, but I'm so used. I think it's probably from being a WWF fan for so long, and WCW. Yeah, sorry. It's WWF to me. It's still real to me. Damn it. Sorry. But there was clear lines between the heels and the faces, the good guys and bad guys, white hats and black hats. In TNA, it's all gray. No idea who's against who. No idea who's, friends from one week to the next. There's no red locker room and blue locker room. That's a WCW Saturday Night reference for you bitches. All right?
605 on TBS. Yes, sir.
But you understand what I'm saying. It's like, it's confusing as hell if you don't watch it week to week. Like, I can't watch it every Friday night. I'm stumbling. I'm sorry. So, when I do catch it, I'm like, what the hell's going on here? That's a major thing that bothers me watching TNA. There's no lines. It's all blurred.
Right.
And I get that. In real life, it's everything is blurred.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, just think about people's political affiliations. People's opinion. You might be totally aligned on one side with somebody, and then they mention something else, and you're like, I do not agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like something like that.
Right.
Just as an example.
Gotcha.
So that's the one thing that bothers me about TNA.
Yeah.
It makes it hard to watch that way.
Right.
And then the stupid ass names they give their groups.
Oh, I can't.
I'm looking at you, Beatdown Clan.
Beatdown Clan. Why? That's not racist at all.
Right.
Oh, I don't get it. I mean, you got black members in it, and it's still like, okay, sure. I'm sorry, African American.
Who thought that was a good idea?
Politically correct. Dixie? I don't know.
Nobody raised their hand in the meeting and was like, hey, let's throw some more names around.
I doubt they had a meeting room.
Right.
I mean, I get what you say because, 1 week I'm watching Abyss.
You're too far away. We can't hear you.
Abyss is like, the number one top contender for the heavyweight title. Next week he's a heel without a face and he's Joseph Park. And it's like, who is this and why is he pretending to be somebody else? and I know this is a long time ago, but I haven't been a fan of TNA, oh my God, for years. Since, AJ Styles left, Christopher Daniels left, Kazarian left, Low-Ki left and came back. Like, I remember the Main Event Mafia. Main Event Mafia was one of the most genius things TNA had ever done since the invention of the X Division. And Main Event Mafia, man, until they tried to add Samoa Joe when Taz came in, and I thought it was going to be, but it kind of took away from it, because even though I'm a fan of Samoa Joe, the whole idea of Main Event Mafia was all former heavyweight champions within other federations that came together in TNA, and it made sense with Sting, Angle, Nash, Booker, and Steiner.
Wasn't Jarrett in there too?
I
could be wrong.
I don't think Jarrett was in there. I think this is when Jarrett left.
Okay.
Or he was just on the sidelines or something. But the original 5, and then they dropped. I think it's when Booker and Nash left, and it just kind of fell apart. And then you had a rivalry with Sting and Angle, and it's like, okay. I was a fan when Angle started, and when he jumped ship. And, it's real, it's damn real. And then he's holding every TNA title ever. Like, I don't know how your one man is both tag champs, but okay. And then that rivalry with Joe was pretty awesome. But lately, it's like, who is their TNA? Who's TNA champ? I think, who just beat Lashley?
Was it Angle?
It is Angle. Angle just won. But it's not believable anymore, because Angle's, his last time I checked, he was their general manager or something, and now he's their heavyweight champ. I'm just, like you said, hella confused as to what's going on, because if you miss a week, you're done. Whereas Raw, I catch Raw every week, whether Cena's main event or not. It's like, oh God, this is boring. Oh hell, it's a Cena crowd. They love him. I can't stand it, but I'm still watching because it's the only thing on Monday nights. Cena sucks. Cena sucks. Flat out sucks. I don't care if you like his podcast or not. Yes, I watched it only
Cena
because...
has a podcast?
Jericho had a podcast with Cena.
Oh.
But I only watched it because it was Jericho's podcast.
Oh, catch Jericho's podcast.
Most definitely. If you haven't seen it already.
Jericho, by the way, knows 1,000 moves more than John Cena. Did you know that? 1,000 more holds than him? At 1,004?
That's believable. That's believable. I guarantee one of them's the armbar. Guarantee it.
2 of them are the armbar.
That's awesome. He invented that, by the way.
He invented that.
No, he invented that. Oh, he invented a lot. Greatness. But, TNA, man. I just, the Hogan, and the band, when the NWO tried to come back, and it was sad. It
makes me sad.
It's WCW 2001 all over again.
It's WCW 2.0. That's all. That's all TNA ever really appeared to be to me. And I'm sorry, fans of TNA. It was just too many guys directly from WCW doing the same shit.
Right.
It wasn't even anything different. X Division was the thing that really made it stand out for me.
Kind of like the Cruiserweight division in WCW.
Right. That's what they had. That's the thing they had going for them.
Mm-hmm.
And they weren't pushing those guys any further than the Cruiserweight division.
Mm-hmm.
You would never see Rey Mysterio taking on Hulk Hogan. Hell no.
No. They tried it with Kidman. It didn't work.
Fuck Billy Kidman and everybody who looks like Billy Kidman.
It was terrible. Hey, Billy Kidman.
And if you like
Torrie
Billy
Wilson.
Kidman, stop listening.
Billy Kidman had Torrie Wilson.
I apologize. Don't stop listening.
He had Torrie Wilson. Man.
Another question comes to mind. How did that happen?
I don't know what he did.
Is he really nice? Is he really sweet?
I've never met him in person. I don't know. I don't know how he pulled that at all.
I know he still works for him. That's all I know.
Oh, yeah, he works as backstage agent or something like that.
Which, good on him. All right? I'll say that. Good on you.
Good for him.
Yeah.
You still have a job.
You still have a job.
Good for him.
I mean, they trust his opinions enough to say, we would like you to work in the back.
Yeah.
He
must be doing something right.
Right. My only question is, Dean Malenko still works there?
Dean Malenko!
And if you're a WWE wrestler and you're not asking Dean to teach you a few moves, submission holds...
Dean Malenko, dude. Why is he not in the Hall of Fame? Why is Dean Malenko not in the Hall of
He
Fame?
was only the cruiserweight champ, dude.
I don't care.
No love.
I don't care. Dean Malenko is a monster.
The Iceman.
The Iceman Dean Malenko.
Best
1005 hold.
One of my favorite nicknames, the Iceman D. Malenko.
Great.
I will
Horseman.
I will give WCW that.
Former Horseman. Tag team champ with what's his name?
Crispin? What?
He was Chris something. I don't know. They won't let me say his name.
I'll say it.
I remember.
Chris Benoit.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Oh. He won some
I'm
stuff.
not afraid to say it.
He won some stuff too. But yeah. I see these pictures of Stevie Richards everywhere. I get confused.
Stevie Richards.
Stevie Richards is awesome. They held him back. ECW, yes. I keep going off topic, but I don't care. ECW. Stevie Richards. BWO. Hashtag Blue Meanie. I don't care. Yes.
Skinny Blue Meanie.
Yes.
It's not the same.
It's not. It's not.
Simon Dean, a.k.a. the Nova.
The Nova.
Or Nova.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Hollywood Nova. Yes. Big Stevie Cool.
Big Stevie Cool.
I mean,
he's about the size of Shawn Michaels doing Diesel's arm motion.
you know the whole movement thing. That was. I mean, I could give it.
The blue guy.
Right. I could give a whole daily segment on just people that got underrated and held back.
There were so many people that were underrated, dude. We could talk about that forever.
I can make a whole show on just people underrated. I can start a list right now and not stop till tomorrow. Like, off the top of my head, like Al Snow, Dean Malenko.
Al Snow was a great talent in ECW, and then he started
He was
using
so
head.
over.
Right.
Over a mannequin head.
Right. Even before that, his match against Shane Douglas was awesome.
Tag champs.
For the ECW World Heavyweight Championship.
Agreed.
That was a fantastic match.
Agreed. Google it.
If you haven't seen it, please see it.
Smoky Mountain Wrestling tag champs with Unabomber, a.k.a. Kane.
I didn't see any Smoky Mountain, so I can't speak on Smoky Mountain.
You gotta check out some Smoky Mountain. I grew up on a little bit of Smoky Mountain myself. One of the promos he had, they was like, him and Kane. Kane didn't really talk too much. Unabomber, the whole mask and whatever. And he's like, you just won the tag champions. What are you gonna do now? Al Snow's like, I'm gonna go have sex with my wife. Like, you're 4 years old, 5 years old watching Smoky Mountain. You're like, what? Dad, did he just say
he was honest.
Sex? Like, there was no barriers back then. It was just awesome. D'Lo Brown.
See,
held back.
All right. I call D'Lo Brown the career killer. All right?
Because it draws. I get
No. Not only draws, but that dude Chaz from the Headbangers.
Yeah.
Headbanger Mosh.
Yeah.
All right?
Yeah.
They started to push him by himself. I'm like, dude, I could watch this guy.
Lowdown.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Then they put him with D'Lo Brown.
Yep.
And give them a manager. I forget who he was.
Tiger Ali Singh.
Yep. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Make them into
they made them Muslims
pseudo-Muslim guys.
Yep. Not that there's anything wrong with Muslims.
No,
but
not
the gimmick.
Well, maybe
for a white guy and a mixed guy to be just out Muslims, and then lose your Royal Rumble spot to Drew Carey. Yes, I remember this also.
Yeah, how do you lose a Royal Rumble spot to a non-wrestler?
He's on The Price is Right. They should have left Bob Barker alone.
Bob Barker had... Oh, Jesus Christ.
Bob Barker's been on Raw, too. Terrible.
That's awesome.
Terrible segment.
Much respect to Bob Barker, mainly for Happy Gilmore.
The price is wrong, bitch.
I think you've had enough. Kick. No?
No.
Now you've had enough.
Good stuff.
I heard that Chuck Norris actually choreographed that fight.
That's awesome.
I could be wrong, but if I'm right, that's awesome.
The only person I can think in the world better than Chuck Norris is his mom for having him.
His mom. The only person tougher on the planet.
Right. They tried to put Chuck Norris's face on the Mount Rushmore, but they couldn't get the right granite for his beard.
Yeah.
It's just perfect. So off topic, but
guns don't kill people. Chuck Norris kills people.
Yes, he does. Indeed. Hall of Fame.
The Boogeyman has nightmares about Chuck Norris.
Yeah, you know what? I believe that.
Is he up for a WWF Hall of Fame spot?
Who's that?
Chuck Norris.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the Boogeyman. Don't do that.
Oh, no, not the Boogeyman.
Oh, God.
Hall of Shame, perhaps.
He did beat Booker and JBL on the same year. He's been at WrestleMania.
He was an enforcer for some match. I forget who it was. So,
Chuck Norris?
Yeah.
WrestleMania. No, wait. SummerSlam. Something to do with Brett. Oh, I feel stupid for not knowing this.
All I know was he was there. It doesn't
I know
really
he was
matter
there.
this time.
Is it Survivor Series
I know
or
it's gonna bother me.
SummerSlam?
I want to say Survivor Series.
Yeah. I want to say Survivor Series.
I could be wrong.
You guys can look that up for us, too.
Feel free to fact check.
Yeah.
And
Good.
post to our page on Facebook, Pro Wrestling Fans Podcast.
Be like, here, look, you dumbasses. This is what you were talking about. Yeah, retards. Let's see, what else? Hall of Fame. Who's not in it that belongs to be in it?
Dude, there's so many names.
We finally got Savage.
Stan Stasiak.
Stan the Man Stasiak. I'd put him in it. Not forgiving a Sean Stasiak.
Let's forget about meat.
Let's forget about the Mecca, even though he doesn't know what Mecca means. But
Mecca.
Yeah. Hey, they tried to make him somebody in WCW in the New Breed or whatever that was.
Perfection.
The New Blood.
The New Blondes. The New Blood.
Yeah. Typo. No. Let's see. I say I'm always going to say Owen because Owen just
Owen should be in there right now.
Owen.
I mean,
it's a shame that he's not in it already.
It's a travesty that he's not in the Hall of Fame.
I know Martha, his wife, had a lot to do with the fact that he's not in it because of her dispute with Vince.
Allegedly, we're not in this whole situation. We're just waxing intellectual.
Right. We're just making recommendations. Why aren't the British Bulldogs in? Davey and Dynamite.
Davey individually and as a tag team.
Right.
Yeah.
Why isn't the Hart Foundation in? Brett and Anvil. Brett's already in by himself, but why not tag team?
Definitely put them in there as a tag team also.
Right. Ric Flair can get 2 rings. Why can't they?
Yeah.
Brett can get 2.
I think Anvil deserves a Hall of Fame spot.
Right. Have Natalia, induct him.
Have Natalia induct him? Perfect.
Right.
Have Tyson Kidd induct him.
Tyson Kidd, that'd be fine
Even
too.
better.
Who else?
All right. Coco Beware is in the Hall of Fame.
It's true.
Brooklyn Brawler. I will say
Steve
Brooklyn
Lombardi
Brawler right now.
Steve Lombardi has done so much and so unrecognized for so many years. Just, why not? Drew Carey, Coco Beware.
Arnold Schwarzenegger has an honorary spot, all right? And the Brooklyn Brawler has been denied.
Pete Rose. Pete freaking Rose.
Pete Rose deserves a Hall of Fame spot. All right? It's a shame that WWE did it first.
In the Baseball Hall of Fame, yes. Who didn't bet against the team? I get this. Okay, if I worked for the Reds, I'd bet against the Reds. But whatever.
I don't even think he bet against the Reds.
Didn't he?
I don't think he bet.
He just bet.
I could be wrong.
I don't know.
All right.
All I know is betting against the team got him kicked out.
Right.
That's why.
Who? If you're a gambler and and you're involved in a sport, you are going to bet on your sport that you know.
Right.
Right?
I'm a vet forever whoever I think's going to win.
Right.
My smart money's on the guy that's going to win. Brock versus Seth Rollins. I'm putting my money on Brock, but look what happens.
Oh, that was Brock versus Roman Reigns.
Yeah.
So,
but I mean the Raw afterwards.
Right.
The almost title match where Michael Cole got suspiciously injured from F5, but yet
he's on vacation.
Cena's taking 5, 6, and he's fine the next day. That's
right.
Okay. He's not a professional wrestler. But yet he's undefeated at WrestleMania. Okay, I'm confused. Whatever. I don't know.
Let's see, who should be in the Hall of Fame that's not in there?
Dean Malenko.
Dean Malenko, fine. Chris
Jericho. Chris Jericho belongs in there.
Chris Jericho belongs in there.
My only problem with Jericho is I never know if he's going to come back or just come back for permanent or the whole I'm going to stay with Fozzy and do 6 months of Fozzy, 6 months of WWE or whatever his contract is. And anymore when he comes back, it used to be a surprise. And it's like, oh shit, it's Y2J, and then it's like, oh look, Jericho's back.
Jericho's back. Hey, look, Jericho's back.
Hey,
I'm not going to tell you to switch to Raw, but check it out next week. Jericho's back.
When he came into Royal Rumble as the surprise entrant against, I think he came in number 2 and Dolph was in the ring. that was huge. It's like, oh shit. And then,
That's a match I want to see, actually.
right.
I want to see Dolph Ziggler against Chris Jericho.
That'd be awesome.
That would be a great match.
Didn't they have a rivalry though, or some kind of small?
I don't remember.
It was a couple years back.
I apologize.
It's all right.
I'm a terrible
I
listener.
don't remember either. I know they had some kind of thing where, I think it was when Dolph was. No, don't quote me on that because I don't really remember.
Yeah, it's okay.
They can look it up if they want.
I'll look it up too. I don't care.
Yeah, I'll look it up when I get the minute.
Important show notes.
Who else? Shit. The
Freebirds.
Hell yeah, Freebirds. Why is it just a little Michael Hayes? Even if they didn't want Terry Gordy and
Terry Garvin too.
yeah, if they didn't want the whole
Sorry,
group,
Jimmy Garvin.
Jimmy,
Terry Garvin was the other one.
Terry Gordy and Jimmy. Even if they didn't, for what Michael Hayes does backstage nowadays, if they don't put the whole group of Freebirds in, they at least put Michael Hayes in. I don't know why he's not in. Why isn't Miss Elizabeth in? She's done nothing to the wrestling world to deserve not to be in.
This is true.
You know,
She
made some bad
She should have
choices.
gone in this year.
She made some bad choices. I mean, I agree with Medusa. Actually, I thought Medusa had the best speech of the entire night. To be honest with you,
I didn't see the speeches. I missed out.
oh, dude, network for only $9.99, man.
I've got the network and I just missed it. Okay, I did not see it.
Check it out when you can. Get right to Medusa and then skip the rest. Why Savage didn't go last? I mean,
Didn't he go last?
He didn't go last.
What the hell?
Nash went last
Kevin Nash went last
because of
over
Triple H.
Macho Man Randy Savage.
Exactly. Savage went before Schwarzenegger. It went Savage, Schwarzenegger, Nash.
You shitting me?
No, I'm dead serious. Just simply because Triple H is buddies with, the Clique and shit, and that's exactly
Still
why.
booking your pals over what's best for business,
Dude, New Age Outlaws are going in next year. I'm calling it right now. And then X-Pac the year after that.
They deserve Hall of Fame. How many times tag team champs?
6, I think.
Hardcore champs, IC champs.
Both of them.
Probably,
Yep.
I think.
Yep. The one Billy Gunn. Yep.
The one Billy Gunn.
Watch WrestleMania 15. Road Dogg's IC champ.
As long as it wasn't as rockabilly.
Oh God. Thank you, Honky Tonk Man, for that.
Somebody thought that was a good idea, and nobody pulled him aside and was like, "Don't do that."
It's as bad as the roadie.
The roadie.
I mean,
he was the roadie for Jeff Jarrett in his country music
and he
band.
was singing his songs for him, and he was
I
lip
can't
sync.
wait to be alone
I
with
have
my
that.
baby tonight.
I have that on one
You
of
really
the
have
volumes.
that song?
I don't have the song. I have the
Okay.
CD it's on, but I skip it every time.
So if you have an iPod, I can go to it and find
Mm-hmm.
My Baby Tonight?
It's on there somewhere.
That's
I'm not ashamed. I'm not ashamed. Probably right next to the LFO and the NSYNC singing songs too. You know what? I'm not ashamed. No, we're not singing.
I'm editing that part out.
You do that. You edit that out because that's.
By the way, I don't know how to edit, so I'm not taking any of this
that's
out.
just scary. I hope you add something over top of it. Ad lib it. Shit. What else?
Radio edit.
Yeah. Right.
Beep.
Sell the shirts, man. Sell the shirts. We gotta get more of these shirts.
We've already put out the shirts. We can
Um,
do it again.
remind them, I guess. I don't
Search on teespring.com. I've linked to them on our pages, on the group page on Facebook, also the podcast page on Facebook, the Keep Calm and Be a Pro Wrestling Fan t-shirts. They'll help support the show, get us better equipment. We're recording on one mic today.
Just
So,
one.
Just gonna let you know that.
Yeah, like we said, trial and error and winging it. The whole damn thing.
But we're not like, sitting next to each other like hugging up here, okay?
No, none of that.
Or get any ideas.
We're not butting Billy and
Not
Chuck.
that there's anything
over
wrong
here.
with that.
We're not Chuck and Billy, but
Great tag team, by the way.
hey, they did pretty good. Better than anything Chuck Palumbo ever did with. Well, no,
Well,
Palumbo and O'Hara was pretty
Palumbo
good.
and O'Hara were good.
O'Hara was awesome. I don't know why nothing ever. He had potential to be at least IC champ, but
I'll give him that.
he had Roddy Piper behind him for a while. He had a rivalry with Rikishi for a little bit.
Then he had the whole kind of satanic guy
Mhm.
kind of thing going.
True.
I don't even know what he was going for there.
True. I'm not sure. I'm not telling you nothing you don't already know or whatever it was. I remember. But, if the whole satanic thing held him back, then you got to go Mordecai, which didn't work, and then he turns into Kevin Thorne.
That dude wasn't ready, man.
Kevin Thorne is the same guy who went to the
Right.
WWE CW.
Well, all right. Listen. They put him on the spot. He was in the spotlight, going from not doing something so big to automatically being, a top spot.
Right.
This super hyped up character, Mordecai, and here comes Rookie,
Right.
So it wasn't some guy that's been working the indies for 10 years.
I knew what he was doing.
It's one of their developmental guys.
Right.
And no disrespect to Kevin Thorne, Seven, whatever his real name is. I liked him as Kevin Thorne.
Right.
All right.
He had Ariel.
True.
Sherry Martinez.
Sherry Martinez.
Yeah.
All right. But to put him in that spot, he was not ready for that.
Right.
If they had NXT back then and had been training him
Right.
the way that NXT guys are trained now, he would have been awesome. That would have been an awesome gimmick. It would have worked out. And I think that's one thing they learned, just as a mistake they made, and something they put forward into NXT. Like, we need to get these guys ready for what they're going to experience on Monday Night Raw, SmackDown.
Right.
This is how the stage looks. And Triple H has even talked about this on
Right.
one of his rants.
Uh-huh.
But if they had been able to do this NXT training style with a guy like Mordecai, he would have been ready, and the gimmick wouldn't have failed.
Right.
That's just my opinion on that.
That makes sense.
I mean,
like I said, he had the potential to be something, and they just didn't know what to do with him once they put him out there. I heard he had a bad case of stage fright.
You could tell.
And he
It was
was just
cool.
not. Yeah, that's what hurt him in the long run.
You ready? No.
Yeah, they repackaged him. They turned him into Kevin. They gave him Shelly Martinez. I'm sorry, we did say Sherry. It's Shelly Martinez.
I didn't say that. You did.
Yeah, I did.
Maybe I did too.
I don't remember, but I know one of us said Sherry. It's Shelly.
Shelly.
Shelly
Ariel.
Martinez. Yes, Ariel. Much easier.
Yeah.
Shelly Martinez
Keep it simple,
and Beth Phoenix.
Beth Phoenix too.
Once, you guys are going to have to correct me on this. Once were both the managers of the icon now known as Damien Sandow. Back when he was just, what is his name? What was his name? He came out
In OVW? Or
I believe it might have been OVW when he came out. Before he was known as Damien Sandow, he was... Oh my goodness, I can't believe I can't remember this.
it's okay.
Yeah. Damn, and I'm going to think of it as soon as we're not...
You've got your smartphone right there.
I do. I should use that and look it up. Damien Sandow. But, yeah, they used to be his manager.
He was in a tag team in
Yes.
OVW too.
And they came to WWE together, managed by Michelle McCool before she was ever anything other than a manager. And
Yep, I remember. I don't remember his name, but I remember them being on SmackDown.
Yes.
That's all I got.
She was like the teacher. Oh my goodness.
It was like 1 or 2 weeks. They were on SmackDown and then nothing.
It's oh man, Wikipedia man needs to load up quicker.
And speaking of Sandow, am I the only one that misses him?
Idol Stevens. Yes.
Idol Stevens.
Idol Stevens. Or Aaron Stevens. He's him and I did not know that was his real name.
His name is Aaron Haddad. Huh.
Yeah, OVW. That's where he was. Shoot. Trying to think of yeah, everything on here is updated. Idol Stevens. Yeah, but they used to he had Beth Phoenix and Shelly Martinez at the same time. Did not know he had Daphne as a manager there. But
Daphne, wow.
yeah, Daphne was cool.
I do not want to hear her voice.
Hashtag Crowbar. Yes, I remember that.
Crowbar.
Yeah, Crowbar was bad, but I remember it.
You know what's bad? David Flair. David Flair was terrible.
To make him legitimately in the wrestling.
I might be an asshole for saying it. I'm glad you're retired, David Flair.
Yeah. Sad about Reed, though.
That kid had potential.
Yeah. Sad about Reed. Not cool. Charlotte's on her way, though. I know that.
Charlotte is awesome.
If I could bring a diva up right now to take AJ's spot, it'd be Charlotte. Let Sasha stay on NXT as champ, but bring me up Charlotte.
I don't see them arguing that point or disagreeing with that. They might just be putting it off for a little while. With they're pushing Naomi.
They got some spots to fill. Like I like the whole Naomi thing. The heel turn makes perfect sense, and she deserves some ring time because she barely gets any ring time or air time as far as that goes. But the heel thing could be good for her.
And it works out better. I think one of the Uso brothers is injured right now.
Yeah.
So she'll be on TV by herself.
Right.
Not being presented.
Mm-hmm.
As is it Jimmy or Jay that she's married to? As Mrs. Uso, I'll say that.
Right.
Right.
I should know that.
She'll be out there by herself. Getting over as her, not just being married to an Uso.
Right. I'm not the Usos girl. I'm me, myself, and I. Sheamus. Don't care for the look, but the attitude is badass. I don't, the whole where's all the real men gone? I love it because, everybody seems to just be pussyfooting around this whole PG era thing. No, I can't say this, I can't do that, I won't do that. No, damn that. He came back, whooped some ass the first night back. We all like, you look stupid.
That chant was awesome, man. I was getting ready to bring that up.
I don't agree with the mohawk, but hey,
I agree with the mohawk, but the
the beard with the
braids and the beard
or just, beard.
Yeah,
with the rubber bands, man. It's just, am I watching wrestling or is it a Cyndi Lauper video? Like I can't tell, but. If I'm getting my ass kicked by a guy that looks like that, then I really can't complain.
Sheamus comes up like, Sheamus is back. Awesome. What the fuck is that?
Right.
What am I looking at?
They built him up forever. Sheamus returns. We're like, okay, when? WrestleMania. Nope. Nope.
I really expected him to be an 8th man in that Intercontinental title.
Or in the battle of the Andre the Giant Memorial.
Not even that, but, having 7 people in any match is just an odd number. Just seems weird.
Right.
Is that weird or is that just me?
I mean, because going in, I was either it's either going to be Dolph or Daniel or I don't know now. And then they throw Stardust in it. And I'm thinking, okay, Goldust is going to be in it, but no, he's in the Battle Royal. They kind of killed that whole rivalry just in the middle of it. They had like 2 matches and that was it. And I was thinking, they're going to have Goldust versus Cody with Dusty as the referee at Mania, but no, they didn't do that either.
That would have made a much better WrestleMania match.
I would
for Cody,
so.
To be against his brother, first of all, to end the rivalry right there.
Even though he came out looking like Sinister from Marvel Comics, though. Did you see that shit?
Yeah.
He came out looking like a damn comic book villain. I don't know what that hell was about.
Stardust.
Hey, the music is catchy. I love the music. I like the theme is awesome.
Yeah, it's nice. I like it.
When he first did it, I was kind of impressed. I'm like, okay then, like he's got some, he's not just Bob Holly's tag team partner anymore. He's somebody important now.
Hardcore. Sparky plug.
Sparky, boy. WrestleMania 10.
Bob Sparkplug Holly. You changed his name within a week, like we wouldn't notice.
Right. Tag champs with 1, 2, 3 Kid. Yes.
Yeah.
WrestleMania.
1, 2, 3 Kid.
Yeah. 6. Yep.
Against over Bam Bam and Tatanka, the favorites to win that tournament.
Right. Bam Bam should have won that.
Bam Bam, another awesome guy.
Hall of Fame.
Rip.
Hall
Bam
of
Bam.
Fame.
Hall of Fame. Speaking of guys that should be in the Hall of Fame, Bam Bam Bigelow.
Damn right.
Chief Jay Strongbow.
Why not? Why is he in? He's
No,
not in.
I don't think he's in.
He should be. Shawn Michaels' favorite wrestler, by the way.
Really?
Yep.
Iron Sheik. Is he in?
Yes.
He is?
Yes.
Deserves it. Should be in.
Yeah, I think 2005, I believe. 2005 had a star-studded Hall of Fame. Hogan, Piper, Jimmy Hart. No, wait. Was Jimmy Hart in that one? I know he's in, but no. I know Hogan and Piper went in that year. I think Iron Sheik went in sometime around there also. Boy. But yeah, they could have done so much. And I've said it a lot. Fans could make a better WrestleMania than the bookers who do the match card. Like half the time, why are they fighting? What's the point of bringing somebody back without a reason to feud with, all of a sudden somebody comes out and attacks Goldust and I didn't like your match at WrestleMania 12 against Piper. Like, what the hell kind of shit?
What are you talking about?
Right, when the rivalries make no sense, when they just come back for no reason.
Okay.
Just any random old bullshit. The fans like me and you or whoever's out there listening, we could write a better storyline for, this whole USA John Cena thing, defend the title, the US Open, or whatever you want to call it.
Should have been used on Kurt Angle. I'm talking about you, Kurt Angle.
Hall of Fame.
Sign with TNA when you should have went to WWF.
Dude.
For whatever contract they wanted you to have.
You should have just signed with WWE just to be
Talking to you, Kurt.
in the Hall of Fame. If you don't even wrestle again, just go for the Hall of Fame because that's where you deserve. That's where you deserve to be. A lot of people make fun of the Hall of Fame saying, "Oh, it's a bullshit Hall of Fame. It don't mean nothing."
Oh, it's not.
You tell that to Austin or Brett or Hogan. They're damn proud to wear that shit. Now, who was it? Paul Bearer's son was online last week. I don't know if it was a hoax or real. I don't know if you saw it.
I didn't see
Trying to sell his Hall of Fame ring on eBay. They're like $22,000, I think.
I did see somebody was selling one. I didn't know who it was though.
Yeah, I think it's his son was trying to sell it, and I'm like, that's like, I don't know if you call that disrespectful. I don't know if you need the money, whatever the situation may be, but it's like, why would you sell that? Like, I remember Hulk Hogan in TNA, he gave his to Abyss, and he gave like Abyss like superpowers or something. He's like,
yeah. By the way, TNA, that's another company's Hall of Fame that you're pimping there. Okay, I'm gonna say pimping again.
Wow.
Yeah.
I
did that.
Didn't Kurt Angle turn down the TNA Hall of Fame or something?
I don't know how TNA can have a Hall of Fame and they're like not even 15 years old.
I don't get it. Plus, they only put one person in a year. Well, no, the Dudley Boys are in there, but
Sting is in the TNA Hall of Fame.
Team 3D is in the TNA Hall of Fame. Not Bubba Ray and Devon. Not Bubba Ray and Devon, but
yeah, two more guys that should be in WWF right now.
Why? No, I mean, there's a poll just recently. What tag team would you want to see back in WWE? And Dudley Boys are like the top percentage of. I think the Hardy Boys are on the list. RVD and Sabu are on the list.
RVD and Sabu?
Like, that's not even a WWE
Sabu
tag
was
team.
Well, he was there.
They're
for a while.
ECW, WWE.
Yeah.
That's so the clusterfuck of reinventation. I don't know.
Dude, talking about fans could have written this better.
Yes.
All right, my idea for the first ECW like comeback pay-per-view, ECW Resurrection. Would that have not have been a cool ECW pay-per-view name?
Right. I mean, calling it One Night Stand,
or even like One Night Stand kind of goes with an ECW kind of thing.
Yeah,
but like they could use it like if they want to reinvent WCW's brand, WCW Resurrection.
If they wanted to
you're
bring
dead.
it back.
You're coming back from the dead. See what I did there?
Yeah, I think.
I like it.
But see, One Night Stand thinks it's like only a one-time thing, and then because it did so well, they gave it its own little like brand or branch off show. And the first show was okay with RVD being champ, and you got Paul Heyman granting him the old ECW title, and it's like.
And he kept the other one because it spins.
It spins. Look, Paul, it spins. Epic. That like the first episode was decent, and then you give us the zombie. What the hell was that?
Yes, they put them on Sci-Fi, and then they gave him a zombie.
The zombie. So thank you, Sandman, for coming out and kicking in his ass worse than Tommy Dreamer.
He was never seen again. Let's just leave it at that.
It was terrible. But
and they didn't even give Sandman like an instrumental version of Enter Sandman.
No. It's edited. All DVDs, unless you watched it live, it's edited all to hell.
That's terrible.
Excuse me.
Sorry about that.
But shit. I think we're about out of what we got to talk about. I don't know.
We didn't talk about the Warrior that much.
Is that a good thing?
All right.
I'm not a Warrior fan. I've never been.
I was an Ultimate Warrior fan as a kid.
Right.
That was my hero growing up. All right. Most people's was Hulk Hogan. The
Randy
Warrior
Savage.
was mine.
Randy Savage.
I get it. All right. But as an adult, I can look back at his old matches and go,
what the fuck?
Right. Even his promos. Back then, I'm like, whoa, it's so exciting. What did he say?
Right.
Now I'm like, What the fuck is he talking about?
I mean, I get the energy, and oh my god, he's running to the ring, he's shaking the ropes, the music is awesome. I still to this day can't tell the difference between Ultimate Warrior music and the Rockers music, but
you can't tell the difference between the two?
That's damn near the same, I guarantee you.
It's not the same.
Listen to them simultaneously, and you cannot tell them apart. I have both at home. I guarantee you, just like, you forget which one you're listening to. It's so damn close. It's not even right.
Oh, you just ruined it for me.
I'm telling you, dude. And then, you'll swear like you'll be listening to Ultimate Warrior and you'll be like, Shawn and Martin. No, wait. Marty and Shawn. No, wait. Damn. But I understand.
Parts unknown. There we go. Ultimate Warrior.
You're right. But I understand. And like you said, as a kid, it's colorful. He's energetic. It's like, oh, sweet. And then he comes out snoring like he's asleep with his promos and Hogan, la la la, and Savage, this, that, and the other. And it's like,
he's doing his Batman voice.
Yeah, I'm Batman. But I don't understand it's sad. Don't get me wrong. I agree there's sadness, and I'm not happy that the man passed away. I'm not happy that anybody passes away. I deal with death very, very badly. Even if I don't know the person, when Savage passed away, I'm like, oh my God, no.
That was terrible, man.
To know that we're going to be alive during the whole time that Vince passes away.
Dude, I don't want to talk about that. What's
Hogan,
wrong with you?
Dude, I don't want
What's
to either,
wrong with
but
you?
it's a fact of life, man.
I know, but I'm not like...
I don't want to be morbid, but I mean, it's a sad fact that...
Like, I know Ric Flair is going to die in my lifetime.
That's a sad fact.
I don't want to think about that,
I don't either, but the fact that Warrior is gone... I can agree with everyone else and say that's fucked up. It's sad that he's gone. I feel bad for his wife and kids. I don't wish death on anyone. But as far as his matches, like we got on way earlier, my favorite match was WrestleMania 7 against Savage. And, the moment where Savage and Liz got back together was all like, oh my God, I can't believe it. As a kid or as an adult. They showed the crowd reaction when it happened, and there's people in the audience crying for them because that was like the WWE's top couple back then, Savage and Liz. It wasn't even the match that stood out for me. It was the Savage and Liz getting back together that was like the highlight. But his match was with Rude. He lost. Thank you, Bobby Heenan.
That was a great rivalry. All right?
I agree, but everybody's like Hogan Savage WrestleMania 6. And it's like, no, like, yeah, that he won, and he's the first person to ever be WWE and IC champ at the same time. But I can't agree with that being his last match. I see it as the passing of the torch from Hogan to Warrior, no doubt. Like, the whole Rock Cena thing. Boo. Rock should have never laid down for Cena. So happy he beat him the first time.
Nobody should ever lay down for John Cena.
Not even Nikki Bella. And, boo. I hate the Bellas. If I haven't said it enough, now you know. Can't stand the Bellas. I will, no. Total Divas is not something I watch, even though it's wrestling related.
You watch Total Divas. Don't tell people you don't.
I do not. No. I watched the first episode of the first season just to see
what the hell it was about. You have that shit DVR'd, man.
Not at all. Dude, I would rather watch Crash Holly versus Brooklyn Brawler. I would watch
that match. That match would be pretty good, actually.
I would watch...
You put the Brooklyn Brawler in Ring of Honor, all right? And he would be the fucking man.
Dude.
Just let it be Steve Lombardi.
See, and
people that appreciate wrestling like we do would go and see that man wrestle in Ring of Honor.
Make him a referee, maybe.
Ah, boo.
I think he's too old to do what he used to do. I don't think he can entertain anymore. I see him good on like DVD, features and backstage segments and stuff. But no, I would so much rather a horrible match. Let me see, Gobbledygooker versus Knuckleball Schwartz. I mean,
that's Steve Lombardi.
It is, isn't it? Phantasmo or whatever the hell his name was, or
Fandango.
Fandango's better than the Divas. I swear to God.
Hey, he brought back the Alabama Jam. All right, so that I'll give Fandango his props.
Yeah,
Fandango.
I rent my movies from Fandango. True.
I wonder if they're fighting over the trademark rights to that name.
I don't know. I don't know how Vince did that. That's pretty entertaining. Yeah.
But all right, let me get back to the Warrior.
Go ahead.
All right. I think just like Hogan, they kept him away from guys that normal people would believe would beat him. You know,
Yeah.
in an actual wrestling match.
Yeah.
Okay. Mr. Perfect, Ted DiBiase, guys who could take you down and hurt you.
DiBiase was legit.
DiBiase was legit. All right. There was matches on the Warriors Ultimate Collection set, like DiBiase and Mr. Perfect.
Right.
I'm like, why aren't they taking him down and going after his knee?
Right.
You know what I mean? If he can't walk around, he can't pummel you.
They were made to look strong.
Right. I know, and that's exactly it. All right.
Yeah.
It was the booking.
He's the top guy. Make him look better than.
Right. Make him look good. Fine. And also put him in with a guy that knows what they're doing.
Yeah.
All right. Because at that point in his career, well, that's why they put him with the Brawler a bunch of times. Brawler taught him how to work a match. Andre taught him how to work a match.
They carried him.
Right. They carried him. But I would never expect any kind of Ricky Steamboat, Ric Flair kind of match out of the Ultimate Warrior.
You'll never get a
and
5-star.
you never should have expected a match like that from him.
You'll never get a 5-star classic from Warrior.
Right.
Ever.
There was an interview Okerlund did with that's Mean Gene Okerlund did with Savage and Warrior. The first question he asked him, is this gonna be a hold for hold contest? I'm like, do you know who you're speaking to?
I think he lost.
Have you met these guys?
Is that the same one? He's like, I'm the champion and you're not.
Exactly
like,
it. That's exactly the one.
I love it.
Well, I'm the champion and you're not.
Vince on commentary. Oh my goodness! Like Vince on commentary used to be gold. Like just that total debacle shit. Just that
hashtag what a maneuver.
Exactly right out of my face. Like oh my goodness, what a maneuver! That's gotta be Kane.
I'm gonna say right now that might be our next shirt. Hashtag what a maneuver.
Hey, you know what? I'd wear it. I'd sell it.
And it's gonna be red and yellow.
Okay. All right. This from the man who wears kilts. All right.
Real men wear kilts, bitch.
Hey, you know what? Be a Piper fan. It's cool.
Oh, I'm rocking my kilt to Monday Night Raw.
That's cool. Which
May 11th.
I can't make, by the way. I have to work.
That sucks.
I can't get out of it.
May
It
11th,
sucks.
U.S. Bank Arena, Cincinnati.
This man will be there somewhere. Probably in
And
the higher ups.
Actually, my brother's probably hearing this for the first time right now, so
What up, Chris?
I couldn't buy tickets when he was buying tickets.
Oh.
And this is my Father's Day present.
Oh, well, that's just ass.
I know it sucks.
That does. I'd be there in a heartbeat if it wasn't for freaking work. Can't get out of it.
That sucks.
It does.
Looks like I've got 2 tickets to Paradise.
Yeah, somebody
I said that. Yeah.
Hit him up. He might be able to get you one. Or
Whoa, what the fuck are you doing?
I'll advertise it.
You making a date for me?
See,
This is
there you go.
ridiculous. Don't listen to him.
He's married, by the way.
Adam has no idea what the hell he's talking about.
Yeah, right. I talk the most.
You talk the most.
I do.
See, I want to hear people's opinions and then, offer mine,
Right.
I know what I have to say.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Appreciate the feedback.
Yeah. I like doing more feedback.
Positive or negative, all opinions are welcome.
Right. I think that about wraps it up. I'm going to post this on Spreaker, and I'll upload it as a video, kind of, to YouTube.
The
Even though it's all
version.
audio, an
Yeah.
audio version of video.
There you go.
Right. So you can listen to it, spread it around. And
Hashtag there's no cameras.
hashtag no cameras. Well, that's it. Thanks a lot for listening. If you listen this far, appreciate it.
Thanks for sticking with us.
For sticking with us. This is only episode 1. We'll get better. Trust me.
Yeah, things do get better.
Yeah, we just had to figure out a bunch of things. Well, and we'll have 2 mics next time, so
Yeah.
we won't be sitting anywhere near each other.
Right.
Probably.
Yeah.
Stop touching my leg.
I'm not. Trust me.
All right. I'm Phil,
Adam,
and we're out. Thanks.
later.